What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today we are going to be taking a look at a perfect Pied Piper game. A little bit of a spoiler, but that title just has a nice ring to it. After this first combat, which is going to be a tie, we are going to win every single brawl. So really sweet game, wanted to show it off for you, and we are going to kick things off on turn 2 with a Genie's Wish. We could roll because we are playing Pied Piper, and there are some benefits of rolling. We will definitely see another animal. I don't really care that much about tripling the blind mice though. It's kind of just, if it happens, it happens. There's a Wonder Waddle in the lobby. There is a Horde Dragon in the lobby. If they want the blind mice, they can have them. I don't really care. But Genie's Wish definitely has some upside. If you only have neutral units, then there's actually a higher chance that you wind up casting a Shrink Ray or a Roll the Die, which can just give a huge advantage. So that's why I go for the Genie's Wish. Of course, we do wind up rolling into a second blind mouse on this turn, so that is going to be pretty decent for us. We will be quite strong here with a 2/5 Mad Mim, even getting the +1/+1 from Pied Piper, and then also the +1/+1 from the Shard of the Ice Queen. So really nice start to this game to have 4 solid units. We are going to be playing up against a Share Bear, but our units will be big enough that we will be able to take them down. So pretty nice stuff. And then on turn 4, we get to pick up a Black Cat to go along with our Mad Mim. So that continues to be really strong. I think after that, I'm going to take this Ogre Princess and then just roll, and then we wind up finding a Candy Rain. And I think that Ogre Princess is fine. It gives us something to do with our Mad Mim, though I think as a 5/3, it's going to be strong enough to slay regardless. So I'm going to backline the Ogre Princess. I think that that'll give it higher just chances, just gives us a stronger board overall, and just trying to play a strong board. If the Ogre Princess slays, it slays. If not, with the Candy Rain, that was kind of like the factor that put it over the edge too, right? Because that gave it an additional +1/+1, just slightly higher chances to slay. And it is going to slay, in fact. And we wind up with another win here. We almost slayed with Ogre Princess twice because we put it in the back line if that combat goes a little bit differently. We get a prized pig from the Ogre Princess, so that is really nice. And then we find ourselves with a Wish Upon a Star, and this seems too good to pass up. I think we've got to go ahead and cast this here, and then I'll throw Ogre Princess back in the back once more now that our Wizard's Familiar has just grown a little bit more from the spells that we've been casting. And this is going to be strong enough for us to win this combat. Again, a little bit of spoilers. We'll take out some of the drama. We're going to win every single combat, so we are going to get that extra XP. We'll see, though, if we get the Ogre Princess to slay, if we get the prized pig to stay. Looks like no on the Ogre Princess, but does look like yes on the prized pig. My opponent has a few ranged units, but our units are just slightly bigger, and that is going to allow us to walk away with a win, some bonus gold, and a bonus XP. So now we are on 4.1, and I'm eyeing up this Friendly Spirit plus the Stag and the Blessing of Athena. I could sell one of my units, pick up both of those two things, and that would be a pretty strong tempo play. But I'm also thinking there's a lot of 4-cost animals that we could potentially roll into with Pied Piper. So I'm going to wind up picking up just the Friendly Spirit and then rolling, looking for one of those 4-cost animals, and we find both of them. We find the Hippocampus and the Time Flies, so really happy about both of those, but I will also take a second here and pick up some blind mice just to grab that tier 4 treasure. And then I will buy and sell a blind mouse and Fireball with the extra gold. Ring of Rage is going to make us a lot stronger this turn, and Fireball definitely makes sure that we win this combat. This one is really not going to be close. We don't even get to attack with blind mouse, let alone our ogre princess. But now we can start to pick up hippocampus. Definitely want to grab time flies though. Definitely recognizing the friendly spirit plus lady of the lake, which was, oh, I guess you guys haven't seen that video yet, but definitely a good tempo play as well. But there's a play here that is both tempo and interesting scaling. Time flies plus black cat will be pretty strong for this turn. We've got the ring of rage, we've got the mad mim, we've got the hippocampus. And then we also have the hippocampus, which will just make this play really good scaling. We'll go for the cat's call and the time flies there. Do consider thinking about this friendly spirit. It's a pair, it's just a really strong unit, but we're Pied Piper, so I do actually want to play summons. I think that summons are just really good on Pied Piper. Gonna try the Ogre Princess. Oh no, I do switch it out for the Wizard's Familiar there, just to try to get another shot at, or just to play a little bit more stats, just to play as strong as we can. And actually, our board is too strong. We don't even get to use the cat's call and make use of that, grow our hippocampus at all. So a little bit awkward there, but it's fine. We wind up picking up another hippocampus on this next turn, and then we get to triple campus and pick up another tier 4 treasure. Now, it is a little bit awkward to pick it up this turn because we'd have to sell 3 things, and that would actually mean that we're playing down a unit because we'd double up on the hippocampuses in the back row. So instead what I'm going to do is just block onto the shop. I'm locking it anyways because it also has this time flies, but I'm going to pick up the time flies this turn, and the next turn we'll triple campus and grab that there. And just going to move my summoning units more to the front, so that way the friendly spirit is less likely to land on my summoning units, more likely to land on the hippocampuses in the back row. Next turn we'll be able to pick up the hippocampus, another tier 4 treasure, which can be great with summons. And honestly, we are just off to a fantastic start, obviously, and we're gonna have a fantastic finish too, because yeah, I forgot, I already told you guys, this is going to be a perfect game, and you can kind of see why. Playing into the strengths of Pied Piper, getting a little bit lucky, our hippos have now grown enough that they are going to be able to take out a Queen of Hearts. So really good stuff. We'll triple campus, get Summoning Portal as an option. Definitely want to consider my options there, but Summoning Portal when we're already playing Pied Piper summons, pretty decent. Then I'll probably cap off this turn with a Magic Research. I can either put it on Friendly Spirit, Time Flies, or Hippocampus. All of those are pretty good options. They all have different merits. Putting it on Friendly Spirit is probably the strongest right now. Putting it on Hippocampus is probably the most irrelevant right now. But it's hard to get additional attack on the Hippocampus, so it can definitely be useful just to give that guy some additional stats. And there's some cool things that we can still do with Hippocampus down the line if everything goes according to plan, and it will, because this is going to be a perfect Pied Piper game. So again, just doing a bunch of summons here, Time Flies, and this Mad Mim really doing a ton of work. Will my opponent get to the back line? They will. They'll crack open our pigs here, and then our pigs will be able to take my opponent out. And just really strong stuff. We're going to continue playing strong stuff. We'll pick up some XP, and this will allow us to roll for Bear Stain. I do really consider these good boys, and now we've seen 2 of them. So that definitely does make you wonder, should I just be picking up these good boys? But I'm gonna roll. We still have plenty of gold, plenty of time to get there. I'm gonna eye up how would Gumblegore look on this board instead of Mad Mim, as well as the Copycat. We could potentially do something interesting with that and just summon some things, but going to wind up eschewing those for now and then rolling into the Bear Stain, and I'm gonna sell 3 things and pick it up. I think that this is totally fine. I lock briefly for the Black Cat, before deciding that, you know what, I don't want it. I want to find better things. But once we find the bear stain, now we can potentially look for the good boy, but we can also just look for Echo Wood and additional sweet summons. We still get to basically play a full board here as the time flies populate themselves onto the board. So it's still going to make us very, very strong for this turn, and we're not really going to have an issue winning this one. We hit my opponent for 12 down to 20. Pretty nice stuff. And we're looking for more bear stains for sure, and that is what we wind up rolling into. And I do consider, oh, I am going to take another black cat just to fill up my board a little bit. I felt like it wasn't worth locking for, but it was worth picking up. Interesting decision there. I could have picked up the forbidden fruit, but we're at 40 health. I already know that I am going to win this game, and I want to use that 40 heart in the thumbnail, so I wind up not casting the forbidden fruit, so that way we can win this game with 40 life. A little bit silly, but gotta go for it there. Winning a game with 40 health, never losing a combat, is just too sweet to pass up. And then we'll lock onto this shop. Bear Stain plus Pigomorph. I'm not sure at the moment if I'm going to play this Pigomorph, because the rest of this lobby's on 5.1. We won't even be Pigomorphing a tier 6 unit. So definitely something to consider if we actually want to do that or not, but we're going to be able to get a ton of stats from these bear stains, and then also just grabbing a bunch of extra stats onto Hippocampus. So this is really nice, getting the full summons there other than the pigs. We'll pick up bear stain, grab a tier 6 treasure. The arc doesn't really do that much for you when you're summoning. Characters in your shop have plus 10, little late for that, but Wand of Weirding can actually do some really nice stuff with Pied Piper, and because we pick up the Wand of Weirding, I actually had decided against the Pigomorph, but what are you gonna do? It's a double Pigomorph. I gotta go for that, and we'll make some good use of that here. And then I'm just gonna throw this 10-7 Blind Mouse back in there. Some respect for Blind Mouse for doing some nice work for us this game, I suppose. But really just playing it as an additional unit. It could have been anything. It just costed 2, and we had 2 gold left when we locked the shop last turn, I believe. So Pigomorph, I think, is going to make this combat super, super easy for us. Yeah, it's going to take out Tweedledee, my opponent's biggest unit, and then, I mean, sure, they have a Medusa, and they also have a Cupid. If the Cupid hit the bear stain, no. I mean, yeah, if the Cupid hit the bear stain and then the bear stain attacked into the time flies, it would be a little bit annoying, but we would have still have easily won this combat and taken out Zelhua with that. So no big deal here. Now we are just going to roll for Echo Woods. I could pick up a good boy here as well, especially now that I have the Wand of Weirding. That is going to be something that I'm interested in. And Good Boy plus Merlin's Test, I think, could actually be a solid unit for us. So I go for that. It's going to give us an 18-15 Good Boy. I don't think I need another one, though. The goal here is to put this Good Boy inside of a Croc spell, and then it will be able to summon and just be really large. We are still going to take out this Share Bear quite easily, in fact. And yeah, this game's almost over. We're not going to kill the Share Bear here. I think we're going to hit them for about 12 again, 14 down to 6. And then we'll play up against the Ghost, but this game is definitely close to being over. I'm going to wind up doing some rolls again. Could be picking up this Black Cat, but Drink Me Potion seems really good. And when we find Evil Twin, this is a double casted Evil Twin, so going for this on Bear Stain is a no-brainer, and probably means that we're not going to worry about the Good Boy at this point. We put a lot of resources into it last turn, but double cast Evil Twin is just too sweet to pass up. So we're going to go for that instead, and then we are going to lock onto a shop with an Echowood and a Croc, and we're no longer crocking Good Boy, we are now crocking this Hippocampus. So we want to get as many summons as we possibly can this turn. Could have even potentially put in another Black Cat and cut a Bear Stain against the Ghost, just to grow this Hippocampus as much as we possibly could have, but this is still going to go great for us. We're going to get a ton of summons here with the Time Flies. Basically, as many summons as you could hope to get realistically, because pigs are probably only ever going to summon one thing, if we're being honest, and this is going to be really good for us. We get Hippocampus up to 224 health before throwing it inside of Crocs. And now we're on to the finals. We're up against this Horde Dragon, and hopefully we have put together enough sweet stuff to finish off this game. I think that we have. We'll throw the pigs back in there as well, just because those will be a little bit stronger. Let's go ahead and jump into this final combat. And you already know it's going to be a win, but first we are going to summon a Croc. That is going to be huge. Then the Croc is going to summon an absolutely massive Hippocampus, 1,000 health. That is going to make this Echo Wood up to 2,000 health. Just absolutely ridiculous there. Some really insane numbers. It might even hit, no, probably not going to hit 3K, but 2,700 by the end of the combat, and that is going to be enough to get the win with a perfect Pied Piper comp. And not only did we win every game besides that first one that we tied, but this really is just a perfect Pied Piper board as well. So really nice game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.